Hey, afternoon, everybody. So for today's conversation, I really wanted to talk about anybody who's ever sat around and thought, you know what, I think I want to start a business. Or maybe you're just the kind of person who's getting ready to leave the military, retire, or change careers, or whatever it is. And you're asking yourself, what's going to be next, right? I came across this article talking about the reasons people become entrepreneurs, and it really got me thinking about my own journey. Why did I become an entrepreneur? Why did I start the bar book? Why did I start craft? And then why did so many veterans become entrepreneurs? Honestly, it's one of the most stressful and chaotic career paths imaginable. So let's be honest, and nobody accidentally becomes an entrepreneur, right? They choose this lifestyle. And sometimes I think maybe this lifestyle kind of chooses you, but think about that. For me, it was never about getting rich. It was never about becoming my own boss or having some fancy title. Hell, look, guys, I already had a pretty cool title. I already had a lot of freedom of maneuver. I was a sergeant major, right? What entrepreneurship kind of gave me was something a little more nuanced and complex. It gave me purpose, the ability to build, the ability to have an opportunity to solve problems that actually mattered to me, and the chance to create something that didn't exist yesterday, right? It's pretty cool and pretty exciting, right? Some people become entrepreneurs because they want freedom. They want this freedom to choose what they work on or who they work with or what problems they get to solve. Other people choose it because they're creative, right? They see something that's broken and immediately start asking, how do we do this better? How can we fix it? Veterans, no, you're terrible at this. Not at all, right? It's literally what we do. We spend our entire careers identifying problems, improving systems, finding ways to accomplish the mission no matter what, with limited resources and often impossible timelines. What better description of entrepreneurship is there, right? Then we retire, and people expect us to kind of stop doing that and do something else. Yeah, good luck with that, right? We're always looking for something. Entrepreneurs don't really see obstacles the same way. We see opportunities, we see inefficiencies, we see unmet needs, and then we see possibilities. Some people become entrepreneurs because they want to leave a legacy, right? They want to build something bigger than themselves, something that their kids can point to one day and say, my mom started that. My dad built that from the ground up, right? I completely understand. I have kids. That's something that hits near and dear. Other people pursue entrepreneurship because of the financial upside. Nothing wrong with that, right? Traditional employment often has a limit. You can only go so high and make so much. Entrepreneurship gives you the unlimited potential for growth. Of course, it also comes with unlimited stress, unlimited uncertainty, and often unlimited self-doubt. Nobody talks enough about that part. Entrepreneurship is one of the few careers where you'll work 100 hours a week for yourself, just so you don't have to work 40 hours a week for somebody else. And somehow that makes perfect sense to us because ownership changes everything. We care differently, we think differently, and success and failure kind of hit differently. And if you're married, think about this for a second. Your spouse deserves a medal. Trust me, Dolly definitely agrees with that statement. And she earns one every day. It's not easy. Now here's where I think veterans are a little different with this. Most veterans aren't looking for something for retirement. They're looking for another mission, another purpose, maybe even another team, or opportunity to continue serving. And honestly, that's kind of what happened to me. The bar book started because we identified a problem. Consumers couldn't discover products they would actually enjoy without spending a fortune. And small brands couldn't compete against these giant marketing budgets. So we tried to solve it. And while we were building the bar book, we discovered another problem, right? Veteran-owned brands are all throughout the adult beverage industry, and they needed connections. They needed visibility. They wanted community and create opportunity. So together with some friends, we started Craft. And honestly, I think that's one reason so many veterans gravitate towards the adult beverage industry. Not because of alcohol, it's because of people, right? The hospitality industry is all about relationships and stories and community. So bringing people together, doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like the service we all were in? Because it should. Because it's many of the same things we miss after leaving military service. That same mission, that same purpose, that same team, right? Camaraderie and all those things that built us together. veterans don't need saving. Uh, we just need purpose, right? And I think entrepreneurship can provide that in a lot of ways to our veterans. And craft exists to help veterans and first responders serving in a different way. So if you're thinking about entrepreneurship, my advice is simple. Start it. Start small. It's going to be ugly. So start ugly. Start before you feel you're ready. Because I promise you, nobody's ever ready and nobody feels ready, right? Learn, network, ask questions. I promise you, you're going to need it. Find mentors. And yes, fail. You will fail repeatedly. But every time you fail, you learn something new. I promise you, every entrepreneur you have ever admired has failed. The difference is they kept going. If you're interested in entrepreneurship or in the adult beverage industry, especially, check us out. Check out supportcraft.org. We're building a community designed to help you, help veterans, help first responders navigate this complex industry. And even if your business isn't in adult beverage, chances are we know somebody who can help, because that's what veterans do. We help veterans. We always have, we always will. Anyway, that's just a little bit of today's unscripted thought, kind of putting these comments together, right? And just, building something that I really thought that might connect with a lot of people. So like, follow, subscribe, tell your story. And if you're building something, tell me about it. Share it in the comments, share the link. Let me go check it out. I would love to create a video and showcase what you're doing. I promise you, it's awesome. It may be ugly at first, but it's going to change the world. The world definitely needs more builders, and we need more veterans doing it. So cheers, everybody out there. Follow, like, subscribe, share. See you next time.